Executive Chef at Westminster Suncoast, and welcome to another Chef's Demo. Today I'm going to be preparing a tomato and watermelon gazpacho. Being summertime, nice cool soup, be nice and refreshing. For the ingredients, we have plum tomatoes, which we're going to peel. I already pre-peeled some of them. I have 2 cups of diced seedless watermelon. I have 5 celery stalks. I have 1 medium Spanish onion. I have some garlic, chopped garlic. I have red wine vinegar. Oh, there we are, red wine vinegar. I have some French bread. I have tomato puree, salt, pepper, and finally, the olive oil. To begin, we are going to take some fresh plum tomatoes. We're going to cut the stem end off, and we're going to make an X in the top. What we're going to do is we're going to drop these in boiling water, and we're going to peel them. So we just want to take the stem end off, cut an X in the end, and that's going to facilitate the cooking of the skin and the removal of the skin. Now, for this recipe, we need 4 pounds. I took the liberty of pre-doing these so I wouldn't bore you for 10 minutes. But this is just a little demonstration. Okay. Wait for our water to boil. All right, the water's boiling. We're just going to drop these in. We're going to cook them just until the skin starts to peel away. It takes about 3 minutes. And then we're going to remove them with a slotted spoon into a ice bath, which I have right here behind. Don't want to forget that. All right, while that's going, we're going to medium dice this onion. Cut it in half. Doesn't have to be perfect, as we're gonna blend it all together. There we go. Water's boiling. Turn it down just a little bit. We're gonna let these cook for just a little bit. To see that? The skin's already starting to peel off. Shut that off. Now we're gonna do the same thing with the celery. We're gonna do a medium dice on the celery. This doesn't have to be perfect, like I said. It's gonna go into the blender. Go. Our tomatoes the skins have started to scorch and peel off. We're going to set these in an ice water bath. All right. We're going to add a little more, add a little more ice to our tomatoes. Go. Very good. We're going to let those cool for a minute. One thing we're using in this recipe is we're using French bread. And what that's for is that's actually for a binder. It's going to use to hold the soup together, and this way the water doesn't separate out. So we're going to go ahead, and there's no exact measurement on this. It's really just by eye when you do it in a blender. This recipe calls for 3 slices. So 1 slice, 2 slices, 3 slices. We're going to, just to make it easier when we put these in the blender, we're going to cube these up. Go. Now our tomatoes have cooled off, and what we're going to do is we're going to peel them. We're not seeding them, we're just peeling them. We just want to peel the skins off. Very good. All right. Next, we're going to add everything into the blender. I have a safety blender here. You can use any blender. You can use an immersion blender. You can use a food processor, whatever you have on hand. You can even use a food mill, although you would certainly build up your biceps doing that. Okay, we're going to add our roughly 3 cups of diced watermelon. So 1, 2, 3, and just a little extra for good measure. We're going to add, it was 4 pounds, I believe, of tomatoes. Drain off some of these juices. Now you can do this in separate batches. I see that my blender is not quite big enough to do the whole batch, which we'll do. Do some onion, celery, and we have a teaspoon of garlic, pinch of salt, pinch of black pepper, and we have tomato paste. It's about a half a can right there, half a 6-ounce can. All right. Well, I might be able to fit a few extra tomatoes. Give it a shot. All right, we're going to blend this on high for as long as it takes. Look at that. Came out pretty good. Like I said, we need to make this in batches because we have more ingredients than we have blender space. So I'm just going to pour this off into a bowl. Gloves on. Okay. Okay, we have, once again, we have tomatoes. I'm going to go with all the tomatoes I have here. I just measured out at 4 pounds. Watermelon. Bread, tomato, celery. a little pinch of garlic. Pepper. Salt. And the tomato paste. Put the lid on. Put this in our blender. Close it up. Now, the last step is to add a little bit of vinegar. I'm not a big, huge vinegar fan, so we're just gonna do a couple dashes and some olive oil. Just give it a nice, smooth finish. We'll combine it. This is actually better made ahead of time, up to two to 3 hours ahead of time, or even overnight. As with a lot of things, the flavors will really mature with the longer it sits. For our purposes here, let's do it all anew. All right, to serve it, go. Another one for my friend. Go. And this recipe calls for just a little bit of olive oil to finish it off. There you go. Tomato, watermelon, gazpacho. I want to thank you for joining me today with this little cold soup gazpacho. Thank you.